everybody, and welcome back to my new Wicso series. In the last episode, we saw a lot of exploration. We saw the collapse of Pink Estonia. We saw, a lot of I think we saw a war over in England and a war in Rome. Not Rome, Italy. God, why do I keep on calling it that? But let's get into it. The first thing that we will be looking at is this Alps region over here, and it'll be fully discovered and carved up. Since the French are the strongest, they will be granted all of this land. The red team will be granted all of this land. And the pink team, or Adriatica as I like to call them, will be granted the rest. Here is the updated map of Europe. But when we zoom out, we can see that I've added the ideologies for these other countries, and yes, I forgot to do that last episode, and no one called it out, which was surprising, because usually you guys are on that. But if you do see any mistakes, please report them in the comments. And yeah, I'm not really sure what to do next. Welcome to the British Isles. As we saw last episode, there was quite a bit of conflict over here, and yeah, there'll be more. The Vikings will quickly invade this small English tribe, and they've made their landings in the north. But how did they get here? Did they go all the way around here? No, they just sailed straight across, and now the North Sea has been discovered. The Vikings have grand plans for England and, for a lot of land. They just want everything to be how they like it, how they want it, and most importantly, theirs. Over the next few decades, years, they will expand into all of England. Well, not expand, explore. And yeah, there's no really division in this. It was just sort of, get whatever you can get. And yeah, it leaves us with some really, really ugly waters. We will have the British Isles being split up like this, but it won't stay like this for very long because the Vikings will begin raiding this sort of English, Welsh sort of, this Welsh nation, and eventually the raiding gets really bad, and it's classed, by the Welsh as an invasion, and now both these sides are at war. And yeah, the Vikings are very strong, and the Welsh aren't really. And again, for the second time in history, we will see them be exiled to Ireland. They'll put their new capital over here in a Dublin area, and all this land will go over to the Vikings, who have just become very powerful very fast. Down in the south, we will see mass exploration by the French, or Cherbourg, whatever. We will just see, they just blitz all of this land. It's all explored into. Greece and Adriatica will join on this. And you might think that, oh yeah, this is going to get divided like the other land. No. The French, they're going to take all of it. And yeah, this is quite unlike the king. He's a very careful person. God damn. But this is not very careful. What is he doing? Right, he is very old and he's now on his deathbed. That is very, very interesting. Why is this guy even in charge of this nation? When he dies, let's just say this guy was a bad husband, and he may have cheated on many, many different wives, and he has a lot of relatives and kids, and they all believe that they, should have the throne. And let me show you all the groups. Dang, that is a lot of groups. And by the way, Jesus, why does he keep doing this? There is many, many more groups that are not shown on this map, and some of them, they're getting larger. Of course, these are like town states, and this French Empire is, getting absolutely fried. They're getting absolutely fried, and eventually, these small groups over here, they begin to unite to fight off this French Empire, and yeah, it's going horribly for the original government. This Brittany country over here will quickly declare independence and then begin invading into the French. Now I need to turn ideologies off. And yeah, it's going horrible. They're not winning the war. The mountain people, Pyreneans, they begin pushing in as well. And there's also a lot of rebellions over here. And yeah, these ones are backed by freaking Adriatica. And Adriatica will make some great pushes in, along with the red team, who will who will encircle the capital city and will lay the city under siege, but they're not able to get it yet because a lot of original government supporters live there. Also, this cyan sort light baby blue rebellion now has a lot of the central lands, and yet this original government is absolutely crumbled. The rest will fall over to these guys. So yeah, let's have a look at a peace treaty. By the way, this is an error. What you see here, you see this, and you see this. This is supposed to be there. It's very confusing, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you the peace treaty. Just like that, here is the peace treaty, and this peace treaty is extremely confusing. Let's start with the easy parts. We will see that the Majorca country has annexed all of the discovered Iberia, and they've placed the capital here. Pyrenesia has took quite a bit of land, now connecting up with the Atlantic Ocean and the fucking sea, the Mediterranean Sea. And there is a new French government. This is sort of a democracy, but I'll show you the ideologies later. Sorry, it's really not a good day for me. Yeah, the Vikings got nothing. Cornwall expanded quite a lot, and the original government is here. Let me fix this. Oh my god, why can't I? Boom, fixed. And here's the confusing part. Isn't this the same country as this? My answer to this is yes. It is the exact same country, but they believe that they are both the true successors. Of course, these guys aren't really the successor. These guys might be the successor, and they're sort of Corsica. But yeah, they're still not really liked, and they will be collapsing right now. A major group over here will form, and this group wants this to be Holy Roman Empire-ified, and well, yeah, they want every single culture here to form into a group, which is definitely not what these guys want. And well, it's kind of the only choice, so Italy just rocks with it. And now one of two original governments is now exiled for Corsica. Very, very sad. Here is the peace treaty. We can see that there is many new Italian countries that have been freed, and this bit has gone to Sicily. Sicily is now looking very similar to a certain country. Oh wait, no, get that off my map. Okay. See, they might have some goals. What Sicily wants to do right now, they don't want to invade anyone. They want to sort of own the Mediterranean in a way. And when they find Carthage, it becomes very apparent what their goals are. They want to become the world power. Not a world power, the world power. But the thing is, they don't want to conquer the world. They know that they would get slapped around by any other country. And speaking of any other country, Greece and Adriatica still hate each other and want to kill each other. And it'll be Greece making the first move. Greek troops will begin attacking Adriatica and killing everyone they find, men, women, children. It doesn't matter. The Greeks are going to kill them all. They'll also push into Italy. And Adriatica is like, whoa, this was just not necessary. And they'll be quickly mobilising their troops to fight against Greece. Now, with the Adriatican army mobilised, we will see them make a good pushback against the Greeks. But in this current situation, I'd say the Greeks are a little bit stronger. And we will see this as the Greeks begin to heavily push up this very, very populated area. And the genocides here are extremely bad. And Adriatica will call for help. And there is a country willing to help them. This country is Turkey. Turkey and Greece's relations have been very strained recently, since of, them killing ethnic people from Adriatica and Turkey. And yeah, Turkish troops will move into Greece, but the Greek navy just started dominating Turkey. And this is really not very ideal for the Turks, as they are pushed all the way back to Istanbul. And over here, there is no pushback made until the Adriaticans are finally able to get their stuff together and push back on a good front. Well, this good front in Italy. They will also take the Greek colony in Italy, but this is only very short-lived because, like I said, Greeks equal stronger. They'll take that back. They begin to move their armies in once more, kill more people, and this war is going very back and forth. The world is, they want this to stop. They've had enough of this. So many people are getting killed, and it looks like the Greeks are going to come on top as they're getting closer to the capital of Adriatica, and eventually the Greeks will arrive at the capital and they will lay siege. Another Greek army group will land and encircle the Adriatican capital, and there's only one thing that can save Adriatica. The red team has arrived to the battlefield. They've already had enough of the Greeks, and this time they want to end the Greeks. The siege will quickly be lost, and the Greeks will be pushed down through Adriatican territory, but they'll be able to hold a great defensive line until it breaks, so not really so great. And the Greeks, they're getting pushed back quite a bit, but this isn't to say that they're weak at all, as the red team only sends a bit of their military because they're not too involved with this. They just want the Greeks not to border them because they don't want Adriatica to get fully annexed. So this war, the outcome is very interesting because, of course, the Greeks will push back up and then they'll get repelled once more. And let's see the final battle of this war. Italy, the largest Greek army ever seen, will begin its push up the Italian peninsula. It will have major victories against the smaller military groups, and it will eventually make it to this river. Due to their superior navy, the Greeks will be able to, assert their dominance over this river and push across. And again, they're getting dangerously close to the capital of Adriatica, and another massive Greek offensive will come, and it just doesn't look like Adriatica can win this war. So Adriatica will be signing peace with the Greeks. This will be the peace treaty for this war. We will see the Greeks, they won this war, but they did lose a lot of people. After this war, we will see the Greeks heavily expand, and this kind of makes them a little unstable, so they'll be stopping for now. And the Adriaticans are very, very salty about this war, and this beef will not be forgotten, as the Adriaticans will decide to claim all of this land, directly opposing Greece. After this mass Greek expansion and sort of Adriatican expansion, we will see the Turkish make their move. And again, they are really angry at the Greeks for that war. They believe that the Greeks are at fault for literally everything. Why am I still getting those stupid noises? Okay, they stood, oh my god, I can't talk today either. This is just not a good day for me. Can you please like and subscribe to this video? Anyway, the Turkish, after exploring a ton of land, will expand into said land, and they will do extremely well, exploring quite a lot of it. But a few of the Turkish people, who they want to get away from the war, as they believe that Greece might one day come to conquer them, they will set out on an exploration. All these people's bases of operation are over here, in this small region over here, and they will set out on their exploration to, hopefully find somewhere new. They'll go down either the Tigris or the Euphrates River, and they'll eventually meet up with the Persian Gulf, I think. And they'll go up this river. They'll meet up back. They'll explore this land, and they decide that this is where they should make their civilization. It'll be a sort of gold Kuwait nation, and it's not very advanced yet, so they won't have any very major cities or towns, but their capital will be somewhere around here, I'd say. And we have a new nation formed, and a lot of people who do not like the wars over in Europe will flee over down here. And now time for Northern Europe. This country, it's time to address them. They're extremely unstable, and they're just not in a good state right now. they will try and expanding. Yeah, no, it just doesn't. Okay, just like that, this country will be going into all-out civil war, just like their, founder did, Estonia. And this civil war won't go nearly as well. They won't even get a chance to push back once, because this country will instantly fold over to the rebellion and will be Balkan. Just like that, this place has been Balkanified. And for the last part of this video, it's getting a bit longer, we will have some exploration up north with the Vikings and their little friend over here, this Swedish nation that they were once at war with, but are now very, very chilled out. And yeah, they're going to partition this land. This is what the Vikings will get, and the Swedish will also get quite a lot of land. And I need to go and update all of the maps. Just like that, these maps have been updated, and this is where I will be ending the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, if you want to like collab, put it down. I've got a new collab channel up called the Map Union. If you want to join that, search it up, and you're going to look at and there's a video there. You can look at the requirements, and if most of them are met, then you can ask to join. So yeah, goodbye.